to do. I just stood back at the bottom of the landing with a broom and a dustpan in my hand, and he continued to come down over the stairs, so I opened the door and held it for him. He said, "Thank you." I said, "You're welcome," and that was it. I finished sweeping up my pile of dirt, and I proceeded up the stairs, and when I started going up the stairs, I had already heard Kevin go through the other side of the building, through the other stairs that would come out by my kitchen door and Brianna's bedroom door. And so when I came up the front way where I had been sweeping, I came up to the second landing, up the third floor staircasing, and there was a neatly cut up, scattered business card of me and my daughter, because we volunteer services, whether it's people need a ride to get groceries, they need help with whatever it is. That's what we do. We volunteer. And he took that business card and he cut it up neatly and he sprinkled it around the stairs. Well, there was only me and him that had been in that stairway. I'd only been up there 3 minutes, 5 minutes before that, sweeping it. So why, I'm nice, and I open up the door and he says, "Thank you." I say, "You're welcome." And then I hear him say, "See how the bitch likes that?" Well, that's what I have to like, is somebody defaming me and harassing me by cutting up me and my daughter's picture on a business card. This is just, it's childish, it's petty, it's harassment in my belief, and I don't think that I should have to deal with this. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I stay to myself. And if I can volunteer to help somebody, that's what I do.
So Ms. Clausen, you've mentioned several episodes that sounds like were clearly directed at you. Can you tell me what the impact of these actions directed against you, how that has changed your day-to-day living?
Yes, Your Honor. And as I mentioned, I have filed against Kevin Bickford in federal court for violations of my human rights, civil rights, and more. This has caused me a lot of anxiety. I have a pacemaker. My pacemaker has been active. My dog was affected by all of this commotion, whereas to the point where she even got ill for 4 days. She was constipated. I had to feed her unusual, which would be a can of pumpkin, to be able to help her with her stools, because she's never been like this. Now it's affected me with my pacemaker, my Lyme disease. I broke out with Lyme disease effect called jaw Lyme. I suffered for that. That's due to stress and anxiety, and I'm dealing with that again. I've been dealing with it all week. My face has been swollen from my eye down to my throat, causing me to not be able to do anything but stay in my house and medicate.
So have his actions caused you, for example, to stay in your home?
Yes, Your Honor. I am scared to go out.
Stay in your home?
Yeah, I am an outdoors person. I don't dare to go outside my door because of all the bogus and derogatory remarks and comments, as well as fictitious reports being made. My landlord's made me aware that I can't do cleanup in the halls anymore or outside the apartment building that he was paying me for, because there's too many complaints from Mr. Dion and Kevin Bickford, and they were all complaints like this, that I don't speak to these people. They're not in my category. I don't drink with them, I don't drug with them, I don't share medications with them because I don't take medications. I don't even have aspirin. I use all natural treatments, and that's, so birds of a feather flock together. We all know this, we're all human, we're all adults. And the fact is that being subjected to people on psychosis medications, they're not getting the adequate medical and mental health care that they're supposed to be. Not only that, I found a letter in the hallway, and if you would just wait a moment, I will read it to you, because being in the hallway in Kevin Bickford's handwriting, and I can verify that through expert witness getting chauffeured through the city by a vampire, cruising along, ran over a nail, and got a fucking flat tire. Spares taking too long, so started walking to her house. Closer and closer, I crept through her neighbor's yards like a field mouse. Went up to her door and rang the bell. Only thing that going through my mind is finally payback for my living hell. She answered the door with a dark, blank look on her face like she didn't even know me. Had to grip on my hatchet because that annoyed me. Raised it above my head, shouting it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, she's dead. That bitch is killing me. She's bringing me down. But don't worry though, I'm 157, then known times 2. After I took care of the corpse, it was something, because he scratches it out and rewrites it. The house, no more peeping around like a field mouse. Made myself at home, got in the dark, waiting for Ark. Someone's here trying to check the door. Jumped up to start swinging, but dropped my hatchet to the floor. Standing there was the dirty corpse of the rotten whore. That, Your Honor, I have all reason to believe and none to doubt that that was probably written about me. And the fact is, this is regular from Kevin Bickford. Actions, not letters like that, but words out of his mouth and such. And the actions that are audio recorded that he's taken against my daughter with a domestic abuse. She even asked for a suicide hotline, and he wouldn't let her use the phone the other day. And I've revealed that all to the Sheriff's Department, and they won't do anything. The state's police, internal affairs, TJ Donovan, nobody will do anything to protect myself and my daughter from Kevin Bickford.
That letter that you read, was it addressed to you?
No, it was left in the hallway on 3rd floor. And again, that's not my daughter's handwriting, and the only people that are noted to come up here on a regular basis would be myself, my daughter, Kevin Bickford.
Okay. All right. The court's going to take a brief recess. I just have 2 other questions. First, do you have a motor vehicle?
No, not that is available to drive.
All right. And you indicated at the very beginning this morning that you were missing time from work. So where do you work?
I would be working on the road. I just got my tax return, and I would be setting up. I had a chance to leave and go to Indiana and set up and sell lemonade if I could get my finances cashed, which would be my refund check that I got last week. And I was going to get my car registered and the brakes fixed that Mr. Dion admitted to cutting 7 weeks ago, the brake line, and I was going to be going to work.
Ms. Carlson, I just wanted to know if you have a place of employment. It sounds like you don't.
I would be going back on the road. That's what I'm saying. I could be working right now, and the fact is that I was,
No. I know you want to go back to work, and you will go back to work. I was just asking, do you have a place of employment right now?
No, not right at this moment. I was working around the apartment building, like I said, for my landlord, and he told me when he came April 1st, he stopped by and said that I wouldn't be able to do that anymore because of the complaints that Bigford and Dion made against me. So that took away.